Hello and welcome back. In the last lecture, we created our first Hello World project and we compiled and executed it locally. In this lecture, we will convert this Hello World project into Hello Lambda project. What it means is we will add everything that is required for this project to work on AWS Lambda. And then we will create a binary which will be compatible to run on Lambda's operating system. Now to convert this project into Lambda compatible project, we need to declare a Lambda handler function. I'm going to name it handler, and you can name it anything that you like. It doesn't matter. And let's remove the print statements from the main function as we do not need it anymore. So after the creation of handler function, we need to tell Lambda to use it to handle events for each invocation. For that, AWS provides a package named Lambda. The Lambda package has a function named start, and we need to pass the handler inside it. Again, my IDE wrote my import statement automatically. You can write it manually if your IDE doesn't do it. Now, all the business logic that we want to write, we will write it inside the handler function, and all the initialization code such as creating database connections or loading environment variables will go inside the main function. Don't worry about the reason why it needs to be like that. This topic will be discussed in detail in the Lambda request lifecycle lecture. Now let's put a print statement inside the handler function so that when we run it on cloud, we could see the output. Now, one special thing about this project is we have an external dependency, which is the AWS Lambda package. Go provide a special way to manage dependencies using Go modules. If you are familiar with Node.js, think of it as a package.json file where we define all the project dependencies. Or if you are from Python background, then think of it as a requirements.txt file where we have all the project dependencies. Go modules also help you to combine multiple related Go packages as a single unit. What it means is in the project, all the packages that we will create or the external packages that we will use, Go module can version them together as a single unit. Now let's initialize Go module in our project. To do that, you need to execute go mod init command. If your project directory is not in the Go path src directory, then you also need to mention your source control repo URL. And if you are unsure about the Go path, just mention the repo URL and the go mod init command should work. After you execute the command, you will see go.mod file created. Inside the file, you will see module name, which will be your source control repo name and the Go version number. Now to include all the external dependencies, you need to execute another command, which is go mod tidy, and it'll automatically find and download all the project dependencies and include it in the go mod file. Now the next step is purely optional. It is to run go mod vendor command. This will create a local vendor directory and download all the external dependencies inside it. It is good to use when you want to make sure you don't go to the internet all the time to download the project dependencies, and when you want a local copy of it. That's all about Go modules, and also our coding part is complete here. The final step is we need to build the binary which we could upload to AWS Lambda and then run it on the cloud. The build process is a little bit different this time. Last time when we built the binary, it was for our local operating system. What it means is I'm using Mac operating system, so the binary that was built was compatible to run on Mac operating system. And if someone is using Windows, they will get a exe file which will run on Windows operating system. We need to build the binary that's compatible to run on Lambda's underlying operating system. And we can control the target operating system using two special environment variables. The first one is Go OS, and for Lambda, its value is Linux. And the second one is Go Arc, which stands for Go Architecture. And for the Lambda, its value is AMD 64. You need to make sure you set these two environment variables before you run the build command. This is very important because if you don't do it, it will build a binary, and when you upload it on Lambda, the binary won't work. Now, once you set these two variables, the final step is to execute the go build command. Now, after the command finishes, you will get the hello world binary, which is ready to go to AWS Lambda. That's all for this lecture. We will do the deployment in the next one.